In this town, what with the 6-2 Baltimore Ravens coming in with Ray Lewis and company as the #1 seed in the AFC. Matt Ryan's only lost once in his career in this dome. He picked things up in the second quarter, still scoreless, 2nd and long, and here is Jason Snelling all of a sudden free, and then bowling through Dewan Landry to cap a 14-play, 91-yard drive. Steve Mariucci, what happened here?
It looks like a busted coverage in here. Nobody comes out and covers Snelling. He checks it down very easily, works to the end zone, and here we go.
It just seems to me that this was a busted coverage.
It's busted, and he breaks a tackle here on the 5-yard line to get it in.
And very rarely do you see this coming from the Baltimore Ravens, because normally they play with a lot of discipline.
7-0, a punt after the Ravens subsequently get the Falcons to go off the field offensively, but Ladarius Webb puts the ball on the turf, and Brian Finneran is the man on special teams to make this play.
These are the kind of plays that in a game that when you're working on a short week, and you come to somebody's house, you cannot turn the football over. That was costly at the end of the half.
Matt Ryan was 20 of 28 for 160 yards in the first half. Here he makes the first down with his legs, and Ed Reed hits him as he's sliding in the head, and there's no penalty.
That's Ed Reed, by the way.
So he's allowed to do that.
He was in the top 100.
That led to a Matt Bryant field goal. The Falcons lead 10-0 at the half of the first game of week number 10. And at halftime, this was your big moment, Dion.
Yeah. I'm so thankful. Arthur Blank and his entire organization, just to honor me. I've been in several organizations, but this was truly home. I'm thankful.
Here in the Ring of Honor forevermore, the first play of the second half, Joe Flacco sacked by John Abraham, who brought his A game tonight. 2 plays later, 3rd and 15, a man that they would be picking on for much of the second half, got the first laugh. Brent Grimes picks off Joe Flacco.
Yeah, and the great thing here now, Joe Flacco throws the interception. They just had turned it over on the punt return, but this great defense of Ray Lewis and the guys, they held them to field goals both times, stayed in the game.
It had the Ravens offense staring at each other, with Anquan Bolden trying to rally the troops, down 13-0 as that pick led to a field goal. Joe Flacco on 3rd and 9 picks up the first down by running for it. Dante Stallworth in his second game back for the Ravens, an end around for 19 yards down to the 16, and then 4 plays later, 1st and goal from the 5. Flacco finds his wide receiver, who had not yet caught a ball in the night, but Anquan Bolden makes his first catch for 6.
He checked out of this play. I was watching him before the snap, and he saw inside leverage corner, and he popped it up to for the pylon for the touchdown.
13-7 in the 4th quarter now. Matt Ryan from midfield, Roddy White, 17-yard gain, takes a big hit from Ed Reed. Josh Wilson also had trouble getting up from this collision right in the middle of the field. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10 from the Ravens, 33. And Ryan is going to look for Snelling again, except this time they snelled this play out. The Ravens defense gets the Falcons off the field, but it's face mask on Terrell Suggs, who seems to have his own face mask grabbed by Snelling too.
Well, this call could have gone either way. You got to give Suggs some credit. He was all over the field tonight, having a few sacks on tonight, as well as playing great run.
John Harbaugh will be barking at the refs late in the 4th quarter too, and that penalty led to Roddy White with a 4-yard touchdown. The Falcons are up by 13 for Mike Smith. Ravens getting the ball back. They need points in a hurry with 8 minutes and change to go. Flacco dumps it off to Ray Rice, running for the Ravens to the Falcons 26. Anquan Bolden putting on a big hit to spring him free. 4 plays later, 2nd and 5 from the 6, and it's Derek Mason from Flacco, and it's a 6-point game again.
Great protection, great route running. These guys, they won't beat you deep, but they can sure run a great route to get open.
Next Falcons drive, 3 minutes to go. Roddy White on 3rd down drops the ball.
Very uncharacteristic of Roddy White. Normally short hands. These are the kind of plays we always see Roddy White makes. Matt Ryan was even surprised.
So instead of moving the chains with 3 minutes to go, the Ravens get the ball back and begin to move the chains themselves. Flacco buys time, finds Mason 22 yards. 4 plays later on the Falcons 35 with 1:55 to go. Flacco, screen to Ray Rice, running for the Ravens, and he's receiving and running and roll.
Great play call on the screen. A lot of pressure on Flacco all night. The screen was a timely play call.
2 plays later, 70 ticks left. Flacco to Todd.
Pete.
Hooray, it's in the end zone for the Ravens.
He was ready to have a great game. He knew they were going to put it in his hand. Great play.
The booth buzzes down. Did the ball come loose before Heap had possession in the end zone? The refs ruled that the play stood as called. Ray Lewis giving his quarterback a you-the-man point as the Ravens have their first lead of the game, but still too much time for Matt Ryan, who finds Michael Jenkins 24 yards on 3rd and 10. Booth buzzes down. Play stands as called. Both feet down. It did look maybe that the ball was separated from the fingertips. Ray thought it was a juggle, but it was a catch. Jenkins moves the chains. Next play, Roddy White. 15-yard gain. They're getting into field goal range to the Ravens 41. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10. Ryan over the middle. It is incomplete, but Tavares Gooden is called for pass interference. Fresh set of downs for Matt Ryan and the Falcons. And just when you thought they could kick the game-winning field goal, they throw for a game-winning touchdown. Roddy White shook free of Josh Wilson or shoved him down, depending on your point of view. Bottom line is the Falcons find the end zone and lodge a major comeback win to improve to 7-2 for only the 3rd time in the 45-year history of the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan with 50 pass attempts on the night. His 11th game-winning fourth-quarter drive of his young career. 3 touchdowns, 316 yards passing. Roddy White, despite that drop ball, that was pretty, but the rest of the night was beautiful. 138, 2 touchdowns, and 12 receptions for Roddy White.